Continuing on with this little intro to Project 1, just because this is the first project of the semester, I'm going to review some things. This is all stuff, like if you've been doing all the assignments in order, you've already seen this, but I want to review it. First of all, if you look over here in the Pages palette, you see it's this funny looking pages here. It's like off to the side, off to the right side. That's because by default, facing pages is enabled. So the first thing I want you to do when you make your 5.5 by 8.5 document is go to File, Document Setup, Disable Facing Pages. Okay, click OK, and you can see over here in the Pages palette, life is looking normal again. By default, there's this big 0.5 inches margin, the magenta here. Ensure that you're in view screen mode normal so you can see what's going on here. Next thing I want you to do is go to Layout, Margins and Columns. Now you as the designer can set this margin to whatever you want to, but it has to be at least 1/8 of an inch. If your design calls for 1/2 inch margins, that's fine. There's no rule, but the type cannot be, the type has to be at least 1/8 inch away from the edge of the paper. So I'm gonna make my life easy and change this to 0.125, which is 1/8 of an inch. If I type it in one time and this little lock symbol is enabled, and it should be by default, and I hit the tab key, the margins change to 1/8 inch margins. We want one column, at least 1/8 inch margin. Click OK. So that's good. Never work on an untitled document, so now it's set up nice and neat. Let's save it in our known location. We already created a folder structure, right? If you've been following the instructions. So let me navigate to my Project 1. I'm going to save it in here. Let's call this Project 1, your name. Okie dokie. So now it's saved in a known location. If I go back to my, where am I here? If I go back to my project folder that I created, again, I have my resources folder, old news, right? In there, I have some photos that I got that I'm going to work with. I got 2 of them. I'm only going to use 1. And I have the provided gallery poster copy.rtf. RTF, by the way, is a rich text format which works with both Mac and PC, which is why I give it to you as an RTF. Okay, so back to my InDesign doc. So make sure all that junk is in there in your resources folder. What I recommend is that you put the image on a layer, get the image placed where you want it, and then put the type on top of it. So let's first place the image. Let me just draw a frame. I'm going to draw a frame across the entire, I'm going to fill the entire thing here. Okay, so it's across everything. You've done this before if you've been doing the assignments in order. File, place, navigate. I got lots and lots of stuff here I gotta go through. Okay, there's my Project 1, there's my resources. I'm going to choose this one for now. Okay, nice big image, it fills everything. Object, fitting, fill frame proportionally. So I can look at this and I can think, well, I have this territory here that I can put some type. Maybe if I use white type, I can use this area down here. Let me see. I also have like a lot to work with here. I can pull this over. And the stuff that I'm doing with the image and the selection, etc., this is all stuff I've covered already. Now, I'm doing this and talking at the same time. I am like literally just throwing this together. Okay, do not do that, folks. I want you to take your time and design this. Take some time, find the image you like. So this is not a demonstration of a design process. This is a demonstration of just how to set up the file. Okay, so let's say after hours of agony and aesthetic choices, I really like this. I'm going to go to Layers, lock this layer, make a new layer, and this is Review again, folks, because I covered this in a different video. Now I have layer 2. I'm going to put all the type there. In fact, just to be complete here, I'm going to call layer 1 Image. I'm going to double click on layer 2. I'm going to call it Type. So where's my type? Well, it's not imported yet. Type tool, make a nice big text box. Excuse me. Flashing cursor, file, place. I am going fast because this is stuff that's review. Choose the gallery poster copy, and it all pours in here. Now it's not the right typeface, it's not the right size. So let me just pause there, and we'll on the next video I'll show you how to go about organizing your type.